Hi, in this session we're going to look at a teaching in the Bible. And as you know, I will jump around to different teachings, especially doing the sayings of Jesus, because those are the universal teachings that we should be understanding and applying to our daily lives. I don't really read anything other than that in the New Testament. I also do look at some of the things in Revelation because I think that's a precognitive look as to where things are headed, and obviously some of it is very current. And we will get to that in time. So today I want to begin with Genesis, with the creation of the first day. Now I will read it to you, and only because I want to go through it line by line to give you an understanding. In fact, that's what we'll do. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Heaven is symbolic of spirit. Why? Because where does God live? In the heaven. In the same regard, oxygen is also symbolic of spirit, because oxygen feeds every single cell. In fact, without it, guess what? We're dead. Really. Okay? So, without spirit, we are dead. We are not living. There it is. Aristotle. Throw that in a little bit. And earth is symbolic of our material being. So, in essence, we are spiritual beings in a material body. Our body is like a car. It's a vehicle. And it takes us from point A to point B. A way of looking at it. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon it. Your mind is a blank slate. Now, obviously, like a computer disk, it gets programmed. The programming comes from our parents, our culture, our tradition, our religion. All of those have imprinted programs into our subconscious mind that we seek to live and to manifest and to validate as true, even when they make us feel guilty or horrible or detrimental to our well-being. Nonetheless, we believe in them. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Now, water is also symbolic of life, because without water, we die. Really, that symbol. So, God moving upon the face of the waters tells you that the spiritual essence of God, that creative continuum, that God force, is within the material plane, which also backs up what Jesus taught when he said in the Gospel according to Thomas that the kingdom is within you and without. And there may be something in the King James Version, I don't remember offhand, and if there is, I will find it and let you know about it. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. What is light? Light is insight, it's understanding. Light illuminates the darkness. And what is darkness? That's symbolic of doubt. And God saw that the light was good. You know, insights are good. They help you understand what you're going through, what you're dealing with. And the light divided from the darkness. And what is darkness? It is doubt. Okay? And look at the way that it is written. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Okay? Evening preceding morning. Not morning and night following. Evening first. Why? And what this is a couple of different teachings simultaneously. One, it's the teaching of unity. That you are both spiritual and material welded together. It's also a teaching of a cycle. All cycles have a pause and an action. In fact, in the Gospel according to Thomas, there is a teaching, and here's some of it, the pertinent part, where the disciples asked Jesus, we're going to go out and teach, we're going to spread the word, and if people say, who are we? You say, we're the sons of the living Father, and what is the sign of the Father in you? It is a movement and a rest. That is a cycle. The fact that day one begins with evening, it tells you that night is for preparation. When you have dreams, Your mind is giving you guidance as to what is going to unfold, what energies are going to be at work the upcoming day. The day part of a cycle is the action part. And then you pause. Things have occurred during the day. People have said things to you. You've seen things. They've triggered subconscious concepts. Those have stimulated patterns of behavior, and so your dream will tell you what's been stimulated, what concept is at work, and what particular pattern is going to be manifesting to validate that concept as true. Doesn't mean it is. It means it's what you've been told. So the first day of Genesis has a couple of different lessons. One, everything that you are, as I said, spiritual material. Life flows in cycles, and it begins with the evening, the time of preparation. When you are unprepared, you're in doubt, and that is what darkness represents from yet another point of view. So, if you're not dreaming, create a habit that will stimulate your mind to give you the guidance. For instance, if you have coffee every morning, keep a notepad by your cup of coffee and program when you go to sleep. When I have my coffee, I will recall my dreams. Or whatever your routine is in the morning, associate that with recall. And over time, that rusty mechanism, you'll be oiling it with your programming. Remember, it's a biocomputer. You're going to oil that program, and your mind will start giving you dreams. And then write them down and tear them apart, just the way I went through day one. Look at every word. Try to think about what it means when it was a part of your life. If you need any help, you can always reach me here. You can, there's all kinds of great information. I even have a book called the Dream Symbology Dictionary. It's free. So if you go to CUTA, to our website, and go to gifts, all of the information is there. You can download it. In fact, my whole interpretation of the book of Genesis is there, and we can go from there. Anyway, hope you're having a fabulous everything, and keep in mind that underneath everything you are a spiritual being. Doesn't mean you have to be religious. Religion is a man-made device. Spirit, that's God. Anyway, kingdom is within you. Find it, manifest it. Take care, be well, God bless.